Indian economic updates. The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has introduced draft guidelines for central financial assistance and payment security under the new rooftop solar scheme. The scheme features two models, the RESCO model and the utility-led demand aggregation model. Under the RESCO model, a renewable energy company will install and maintain a rooftop solar system for at least 5 years without requiring upfront payment from the consumer. The consumer will pay only for the electricity generated. After repaying the investment, the system will become the consumer's property, providing nearly free electricity. The plant can be transferred to the consumer or the RESCO operator can sell the power to the grid. The utility-led model involves a state DISCOM owning the system for 5 years before transferring ownership to the household. On Monday, the Reserve Bank of India introduced the Unified Lending Interface (ULI), a tech platform aimed at revolutionizing the lending process similar to the impact of UPI on digital payments. ULI enables lenders to access digital information from various data providers, such as state land records, reducing the need for extensive documentation and speeding up credit appraisal, particularly for smaller and rural borrowers. Currently in a pilot phase, ULI is expected to roll out nationwide soon. Governor Shaktikanta Das highlighted ULI's potential to address unmet credit demand in agriculture and MSMEs. He also emphasized careful implementation of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and data privacy concerns. Apple's expansion in India is set to create up to 600,000 jobs by the end of this fiscal year, reflecting its strategy to shift production from China. The workforce will include 200,000 direct jobs, with women making up 70%. Apple's three major contract manufacturers, Foxconn, Wistron, and Pegatron, have already created 80,872 jobs, while other suppliers have added about 84,000 more. Overall, Apple and its partners have generated around 165,000 direct jobs since the start of the production-linked incentive scheme in 2020. Tamil Nadu is expected to see about 90,000 of these positions. The initiative has also led to significant investments in worker housing and infrastructure. Political unrest in Bangladesh has led to substantial losses for the Indian pharmaceuticals industry, with many exporters having their payments stuck in the country. This situation is causing Indian pharma companies to hesitate in supplying drugs to Bangladesh, fearing financial instability and impacting medicine availability there. India exports 30% of Bangladesh active pharmaceutical ingredients, APIs, and raw materials, but shipments were only worth $50.3 million in 2023. Industry analysts warn that the crisis could severely disrupt supply chains and healthcare services in Bangladesh, affecting both local and Indian companies with operations there. The unrest has also led to a significant drop in patients traveling from Bangladesh to India for medical treatments.